मेरा एक दोस्त है। काफ़ी ब्लेस्ड है। बहुत कुछ है। प्रिविलेज लाइफ है, पैसे हैं, अथॉरिटी है, पोजीशन है, टाइटल है, बट खुश नहीं लगता। आई फाइंड हिम इरिटेटेड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, अनहैप्पी, edgy, unmotivated, so it's kind of got me wondering, क्या वजह है कि सब कुछ होने के बावजूद भी कोई बहुत सेटिस्फाइड लाइफ नहीं है। And I wonder the same thing about myself many times. So I spent some time looking at why that could be. And if you do some research, very quickly you are led to literature around motivation and needs. साइकोलॉजी का सब्जेक्ट है और काफ़ी लोगों ने इस पे काम किया हुआ है। आई थिंक अगर आपको इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड से आपका ताल्लुक है तो ह्यूमैनिटीज़ के कोर्सेज में ये मैस्लोज हायरार्की ऑफ नीड्स पढ़ाई जाती है। पहले आपकी रोटी पानी पूरी होती है, फिर आपकी हायर ऑर्डर नीड्स शुरू होती हैं, हेल्थ सेफ्टी, फिर आपको मोहब्बत सूझती है, फिर आपको इज्जत सूझती है, फिर आप कहते हैं मैं सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइज हो गया, मैं कामयाब हो गया। इनफैक्ट ही एडेड वन मोर लेयर ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट विच वाज सेल्फ ट्रांसेंडेंस, जिसके बाद दूसरे लोगों के लिए काम शुरू कर देते हैं। इस मॉडल पे साइकोलॉजी में क्रिटिसिज्म है कि ये इतनी लीनियर नहीं होती और बैक वक्त किसी गरीब आदमी की भी सेल्फ इस्टीम की नीड्स हो सकती हैं। नॉट समथिंग कि जो ये पूरी होगी तो ये शुरू होगी। सो the best model I found was from a PhD in the US. Her name is Dr. Colby. She presents this needs wheel, and I think the best way to explain it is just use it. Um, and this is something you can try and do with yourself or somebody that you're trying to understand better. It could be, your spouse or your colleague or your employee or somebody you're looking to hire, whatever. Somebody really trying to spend some time deeply understand, and obviously understanding them and their needs helps you uh, offer the right incentives, offer the right advice, offer the right environment and kind of jobs that will help and lead them to happier, more fulfilled lives, if that is the objective of your team. Sometimes it's just to get the job done, but really, I think overall, uh, employees come and stick and work with companies because those environments in those companies fulfill their needs. हम सोचते हैं कि सिर्फ पैसे कमाने आए, लेकिन that may be a primary and predominant need that then fulfills a lot of other needs. बट बहुत बारी होता है कि आप अच्छे पैसे दे रहे हो तो फिर भी छोड़ जाता है। यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड हुआ क्या है, बिकॉज उसकी और ज़रूरतें हैं जो आपने पूरी नहीं की थी। सो हाउ डू यू फाइंड दैम? हियर इज़ अ लिटिल मॉडल दैट हेल्प्स यू, लिटिल एक्सरसाइज दैट हेल्प्स यू डू इट। सो बेसिक प्रेमिस ये है कि आपसे वो आप किसी को पूछें या अपने आप से पूछें कि आप इस वक्त क्या फील कर रहे हैं। द प्रेमिस हियर इज that whatever you feel um, is a result of one of two things. Either you had a need and that need was met, and if that happens, you will feel a positive emotion. So, आपको भूख लगी थी, आपको खाना मिल गया, you feel happy. कोई और सिचुएशन थी जिसकी नीड पूरी हुई तो आप you starting to feel confident or playful or loved or whatever. And maybe you had a need and that need is not fulfilled. तो वो फुलफिल नहीं होती तो आपको गुस्सा चढ़ जाता है, you become sad or scared or embarrassed or whatever. So there is another version of this chart which is much more detailed, but at a high level this sort of it. Because if your needs are not met, you will exhibit some sort of uncomfortable emotion, and if your needs are met, you will exhibit some sort of positive emotion on the right side of this chart. सो ये वो डॉक्टर कॉल्बी जो है वो लिखवा लेती है आपसे और फिर कहती है अच्छा टॉप 3 टॉप 4 अपने इमोशंस जो फील कर रहे हो कुछ बताओ, एंड देन for each of these emotions then she starts talking about acha why are you feeling this way, and then drilling into those questions leads you to what the actual fundamental needs are. So somebody says I'm feeling really happy because I just got my first car. uh, तो great. Why does the first car mean something to you? And so for let's say a girl जो रिक्शे पे आती थी पहले, the car may represent some sort of comfort. Safety need पूरी हो गई है. Now she feels safe coming to the office on her own, and you know it's comfort. But for somebody else, the car may represent like as a maybe just bought an Audi, and that represents some sort of accomplishment या success का कोई म्यार है उसके लिए वो. So drilling in really helps you understand कि ये particular need जो है इस बंदे के लिए उसकी किस psychological need को represent करती है. And if you keep doing this exercise, you slowly understand कि कुछ needs हैं जो इनकी वक्तन फवक्तन बदलती रहती हैं. आज के दिन लड़के आया था तो किसी और स्टेट में है, बट कुछ नीड्स ऐसी होंगी जो ओवर टाइम आपको काफ़ी कंसिस्टेंट नजर आएंगी, एंड दोज आर द नीड्स दैट यू वांट टू फोकस ऑन एंड देन सॉर्ट प्लान अराउंड. बाकी पर ना कई दफ़ा नीड्स बहुत फ्रीक्वेंटली चेंज होती हैं जो आप नॉट मच यू कैन डू अबाउट दैट. But as an from especially from an organizational perspective, you want to focus on things which are not changing or mildly changing over a long period of time. So you keep doing this exercise, और इससे आपको अंदाज़ा होने लग जाता है कि इस इन साहब की एक्चुअली अंडरलाइंग कंसिस्टेंट नीड्स क्या हैं, और फिर आप उनको उस हिसाब से एड्रेस करें. सो समबडी हैज़ अ लॉट ऑफ ग्रोथ नीड्स, so then they're looking for example, they may have more value in title or your appreciation for something, versus money for a motorcycle or something. um, so it depends on the person and you want to adjust and adapt accordingly. So ये तो बात हो गई आपकी needs की. The other interesting thing in this chart is that at the very center there is like four fundamental needs: growth, safety, relationship, and individuality. um, what this says is कि ये जो डायगनल में है, these are opposing needs. इंसान की फितरत में ये कुछ ऐसी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स हैं जो उसके अंदर दबे हुए हैं, सबके होते हैं. We don't realize them, and then sometimes that lack of understanding makes it difficult. Even we don't understand why we are feeling a certain way because we don't understand these fundamental conflicts within us. So individuality and relationship वो कहती है कि opposing human needs हैं, कि जब आप एक मजमे में होते हैं तो आप अपनी शनाख्त ढूंढते हैं. You want to be unique, you want to be different. This is why you personalize your phone. It's a generic phone, everybody has it, but then you want yours to be, this little chachki on it which makes you different from everybody else. um, लेकिन फिर जब आप बहुत इंडिविजुअल हो जाते हैं, you become lonely and you seek a relationship. But then you have a lot of relationships, and then you start to lose yourself, and you go find some solace and look for your individuality and identity again. And so this, there is no equilibrium in this per se. It's more like a pendulum जो एक से दूसरी, दूसरी से पहली, पहली से दूसरी, इंसान जैसे अपने आप को ढूंढ रहा है इस ऑसिलेशन के अंदर. And then on the other diagonal, safety and growth, very similar and probably more relevant to an organizational context, कि जहाँ आप ये कहते हैं कि मैं especially like fresh grads are looking for growth, right, in all these ways of contribution and achievement and whatnot. They're looking for growth, but the more you grow, the more risks you take, generally speaking, and those risks eventually make you afraid, and then you go back and you start to seek safety, and then you get safe, and then you get very comfortable and not motivated and not driven, and slowly you start to feel like, hey, I've been doing this for so long and I'm not going anywhere, I'm not growing, I'm not learning something, and then you swing back to growth and back and forth. um, so वो swing भी एक natural इंसानी फितरी चीज़ है जिसको जब आप समझ लेते हैं तो it really does help you understand. So this is one particular model that I found very interesting in understanding uh, needs and motivations of your colleagues, your staff, yourself. And the doctor actually insisted that you should really only run this on yourself and not other people. But I think it works both ways. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to share that. So one other sort of addendum to this thought, especially if you're doing it, if you're analyzing yourself, um, make sure you do it in a state of mind where you are when you're calm and introspective, you know, maybe when you're driving or something, um, not in a heated discussion, because especially men in Pakistan um, deny their needs. नीड्स का प्रॉब्लम ये है कि अगर आप उनको नहीं समझते और आप उनको नहीं भी एड्रेस करते तो वो रहती वही हैं और वो आपके हर अमल पे असर करती हैं. But men are trained and groomed and taught by society and family to deny a lot of their needs. So if somebody is a very creative person and he has a lot of creative inspirational needs, but he's stuck in a job somewhere uh, where there is no opportunity to express that creativity uh, because he has to earn or something, he will deny that to himself. जब आप पूछेंगे तो उसको बहुत दिक्कत होगी ये बात रिकग्नाइज करने में कि उसके अंदर एक क्रिएटिव नीड है जो वो पूरी नहीं कर सकता बिकॉज उसने अपनी बच्चों के लिए पढ़ाई का कोई इंतज़ाम करना है. दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो especially when you are assessing yourself, it is hard to be honest with yourself. So keep that in mind and find a time and a place where you can really get rid of all the compulsions around you that make you the way you are and try and look for a scenario जहाँ अगर कोई और बंदिश ना होती तो फिर आप क्या करते, and that will really help you identify who you are at the core.